So, how are you doing today? I'm okay. I guess I'm not doing that well. I'm in my therapist's office, and it's the last place I want to be. I hate talking about my feelings. It's 2016, Donald Trump has just become president, and I'm going through a miserable breakup. How am I doing today? I'm sad. I'm so anxious I'm hardly eating or sleeping. I don't want to feel this way anymore. I tell my therapist as much. So how do you want to feel then? I don't know, not like this. Like, I wish I could at least feel angry. That would at least feel productive. It sounds like you need an outlet. Have you considered exercise? What about cycling or boxing? Boxing. I had just passed a boxing gym on the way up there, and I could really hit some things. A week later, I walk into the boxing gym. It's packed. The walls are covered in fog of people's sweat. To my right, there's an elevated boxing ring where men are just pummeling each other. And in front of me, there are a row of bags where people are hitting the bag in unison as Eastern European techno music blares. What have I gotten myself into? These people are very fit, and I am very out of shape, and my confidence is in the dumps. I'm starting to feel that familiar tightening in the chest. And before I can think about turning and walking away, a boxing coach comes up and he introduces himself. Arturo. Now, Arturo is about 5'4", he's super smiley and chatty, and I'm starting to feel so relieved that him and his beautiful mustache are gonna be my boxing coach for the day instead of the Eastern European drill sergeant over there who's very intimidating. That's until we start class. Burpees, Arturo yells. Jumping jacks, sprints. And I don't have time to feel self-conscious because I'm so out of breath. And after what feels like forever, Arturo finally says that we can put on our boxing gloves. He shows us a few punches, 1, 2, 3, and then he sets us in front of our bags, and he lets us hit him. I started hitting that bag, and nothing has felt so good. And then I'm tapping into that anger, and I'm picturing my ex's face on that bag, and I'm just swinging away. And it's in this moment I think to myself, you know what? Fuck therapy. This is amazing. So I leave the boxing gym that day, and I've signed up for boxing, and I quit therapy. So at first I'm going to the gym, twice a week, then I'm going 3 times a week, and then I'm going every day. And I'm still having those days of depression and anxiety, but they're not coming so frequently, and they're not so all-consuming. It's like when I walk in through the gym doors, that noise just dims. And I'm hitting the bag with a fur I didn't know existed, but every day that I leave, I'm feeling just that tiny bit lighter. And a year passes like this, and I'm starting to get pretty good at this boxing thing. Now, coaches are calling me to the front of the class to demonstrate the new combos for the day. And I'm walking around town with a little bit more confidence and my head held high, and I'm like, you know what? I hope somebody tries me. I'm so ready. But are you, Kristen? Could you actually take somebody? I'm watching these men spar, and I'm like, you know what? You might have been a college athlete, but you played tennis. This is a whole different ballgame. But it's only supposed to be a 3-minute round. That's not that long. And they're only supposed to be going 50%. And you get to hit somebody else, But who would ever choose to get punched in the face? That's insane. These thoughts are percolating in my head for a bit, and then eventually I gain just enough confidence for just long enough that I commit. A week later, I walk into the boxing gym. It's this day I said I would spar. And all that confidence I had last week, it's gone. And instead, a familiar feeling takes hold, and it's gripping my chest. I'm having a hard time breathing as I'm walking over to the boxing ring. And I'm trying to wrap my hands, but the hands are just shaking. Jordan, one of the coaches who's overlooking sparring for the day, comes up to me. Hey, you gonna spar today? That's the plan. You'll do fine. Hope so. And I'm trying to do that whole fake it till you make it thing, exude confidence, and you will be confident. But I'm looking at those men spar, and that doesn't look like 50%. That looks like it really hurts. You two, you're up next, Jordan yells. Shit, it's too late. I put in my newly formed mouth guard, and I put on somebody's borrowed headgear. The leather's still wet from somebody else's sweat. And I climb into that ring, but my legs are feeling stiff. I can't move my arms, and that tightening in the chest is just getting tighter. Anxiety, she's back. 3 minutes, Kristen, that's all you have to do, 3 minutes. I'm staring across at my opponent, and she's freaking intimidating. She's about my height. She's pretty good at boxing too. She's getting called to the front of the class to demonstrate the new combos. And she's got this long bitch braid sticking out of the back of her headgear, and that's how you know this bitch is competitive. Ding, ding, the bell goes off. We start moving towards each other, and nothing's really happening at first, just kind of throwing things that aren't touching. Jordan's yelling from the corner, jab! And then my opponent throws the first big punch, and it's his looping left hook. And I'm seeing it come at my face in slow motion, and I can't move. I've forgotten how to move, and smack. My head snaps back, pain radiates from my face, and tears come to my eyes, and I just have this little thought in the back of my head that just goes, oh, that's what it feels like to get hit in the face. And then it's pure panic. I have 2 minutes and 45 seconds left of this. Jordan's yelling from the corner, jab, jab, keep your hands up, protect yourself. I'm swinging wildly at her, she's swinging wildly at me, and we are like two caged animals who cannot get away from each other. And then ding, 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 sweet relief washes over me. I crawl out of the ring, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel like shit. My head hurts, I've just embarrassed myself in there, and I can hardly move my arms. But as I'm sitting there trying to get my breath back, I'm realizing that that tightness in the chest, it's gone. And I'm realizing that, yes, while I face my opponent in there, I also face my anxiety. And so as I'm sitting there trying to get my heart rate back to a normal level, I think to myself, you know what? That was a miserable experience. I think I'm gonna do it again next week.